Good evening, everybody. Now, I'm just a simple man, and my name is Noah Foster, the TeamIndyDQ New Japan Pro Wrestling leader, as I carry you through predictions on New Japan Pro Wrestling shows and specials. With me tonight, we are the Team IndyDQ IWGP Tag Team Champions. He is, of course, my co-champ. He's different. The Archangel, James Hebert. James, are you ready for Power Struggle?
I am very ready for Power Struggle, my friend, and I'm also ready to defend the championships. Let's go.
All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the card, folks. As you all know who follow New Japan Pro Wrestling, but if you don't, allow me to introduce you to it. It is a promotion that's really faction war, and we are on literally the road heading down to Wrestle Kingdom 14. That will be a two-night spectacular kicking off 2020. I cannot freaking wait, and so far, officially, we have two matches made official for night one. But this show right here has implications that could kind of give us an idea of at least maybe two or three more matches based on what I've seen from the tour for Wrestle Kingdom as well. With that, let's go ahead and get right into the card. This is New Japan Pro Wrestling presents Power Struggle, the finale to their Super Junior Tag League. And boy, what a league it's been, emanating from Osaka. We've had title matches at it. We finally know what our finale is going to be for the Super Junior Tag League. And we have implications as far as who might challenge for our title at Wrestle Kingdom. I believe it's an 8-match card, but of course I'm also going to provide tiebreakers to ensure there is a decisive winner in our Team IndyDQ predictions game. And I hope you give us all a chance and give New Japan Pro Wrestling a chance. You want something different that is pure pro wrestling. The king of sports streaming. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the card. Our first match is a 4-on-4 tag bout. I believe it's 30 minutes to one fall. Yuya Yamera, the coach for Ryusuke Taguchi, Tiger Mask, and the retiring Jushin Thunder Liger, who will have his final match at Wrestle Kingdom, versus Clark Connors, TJP, Teton, and Valador Jr. For those of you who don't know some of these names, Teton and Valador Jr., they represented CMLL during the Super Junior Tag League and represented them strongly. I'll get into those scores later when I talk about the finale. TJP, come on, folks. He won the freaking Cruiserweight Classic. He's one of the best technical wrestlers on the independent scene, and he's been heavily involved not only here, but in Impact Wrestling. And Clark Connors is one of the young lions coming up through the LA Dojo. On the other side, you have Yuya Mera, who is a young lion from the Japan Dojo. And again, prayers and condolences to everybody that was affected by the typhoon there back during Team Pro Wrestling. I hope everything is back to normal now. And then you have one half of the first ever Mega Coaches team in the real coach that has the longest time in New Japan, Ryusuke Taguchi, with his funky weapon. And then you have one of the veterans that keeps Lucha Libre and the proud traditions of New Japan Pro Wrestling alive in Tiger Mask. And then the guy of wrestling, in my opinion, for all cruiserweights, junior heavyweights, and any sort of high flyer you can think of, Jushin Thunder Liger, coming off an incredible match against Minoru Suzuki. This is a 4-on-4 bout. We're just going to briefly talk about who we think is going to win it. Could go either way, but I always feel like in tag matches, you always got someone being a fall guy here. But honestly, there could be anybody that could pick up a fall here, but I feel like either Yuya Mera or Clark Connors is going to eat a fall. Because, again, young lions, they are there to be basically encouraged and developed through these matches under the tutelage and the tag team guidance and workmanship of the veterans. So with that being said, James, who do you think is going to win this tag match? And I'll keep it simple. Team Liger or Team TJP?
I'm going to go with Team Liger because Liger's retiring, and there's no way you're going to have Liger and Tiger Mask lose, in my opinion. I do think that Clark's taking a fall. I'm just going to go with him just because, again, as you pointed out, he's a young lion. But yeah, I mean, I don't think Clark's complaining that he's going to be laying down for Jushin Thunder Liger.
I mean, it's Jushin Thunder Liger. Half the people, maybe all the people in this match are inspired by the freaking guy.
Oh, absolutely.
With that being said, I think that's bold. I think that's a very normal pick, and I am also going to go with Team Liger. And ladies and gentlemen, the rest of Team IndyDQ, they are all doing their own thing. We're all across the country here in different time zones. It's hard to get a bunch of people in video, but they all share the predictions. So shout out to, of course, the lovely Cindy G, the comedic stylings of good brother Christopher Woods, leaders of the AEW Nation, they both are, my friend The Holiday, Chris Mace, and of course, the working man himself, that's a bit of a graphical designer like you, Chris Cass. They also send their predictions in as well. Cindy G said Team Liger. Chris Willis said Team Valador Jr., which is actually Team TJP. So there you go. Chris Mace, he also said Liger. So it looks like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about Chris Cass. And Chris Cass, he also said Liger. So yeah, Chris Willis is the I went out, which is kind of interesting to me. I wonder what made him pick Team Valador Jr. I mean, they were impressive during the Tag League, but it's Liger, dude. I'm not going against freaking Liger. You might be that bold, I'm not. All right, so just to reiterate, you have Valador, Liger. We're all Ligers. Suppose that. All right.
Team Liger, yeah.
People freaking call him Power Ranger Megazord guy if they don't know
it. Jushin Liger.
That was the best franchise in the series. I don't care what's going on today. You ain't gonna outbeat the original. Suppose that. All right.
Could you imagine if they did? Like a Power Ranger special where it was just all luchadors? You have like Tiger Mask, a Jushin Thunder Liger, Ultimo Dragon, Rey Mysterio, and like freaking Santana and Zeuxis as the Power Rangers. Let's go! Yeah.
The Secret Ranger, the silver one.
There you go.
All right. Our next match is a 2-on-2 tag bout between the other half of the Mega Coaches. I hope they do team again, by the way. Rocky Romero, who recently celebrated a birthday, and the newest member of Chaos, the Sniper of the Sky, Robbie Eagles, one half of the Birds of Prey, versus, I can't believe this, but they lost. They lost tiebreaker. They're out. The current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions in the Bone Soldier, Taiji Ishimori, and ELP, El Phantasmo. So let's think about this. ELP, Taiji Ishimori, they are the freaking champs. They claim they're going to be on the poster for Wrestle Kingdom. And honestly, I would love to see that. Represent this division. They deserve to be. And then you got Rocky Romero, who had an incredible run with his co-coach in New Japan in Ryusuke Taguchi. And then you had the Birds of Prey that had a really poor start, but a strong finish, only to be screwed, which I'll get into later. And that's why you don't see Will Ospreay in this match. He's in a match we'll get into later. But keeping it simple, I have got to go with, at this point, because they're going to be pissed and want a victory, I'm going with Bullet Club on this. I'm going with...
Yeah, Bullet Club. Same here.
All right.
Hey, and at the end of the day, you got the faces of New Japan, and Taiji Ishimori, and El Phantasmo, and then you got the butt of New Japan, which is their valet. What? Nothing.
I see what you did there. All right, let's see what everyone else said. Let's see if I think we're going to be unanimous in this one. Peter's voice is so cute. Anyway, Cindy G, she said Bullet Club. You said Bullet Club. Chris Cass said Bullet Club. Chris Mace said Bullet Club. And Christopher Willis, we're all Bullet Club. So
for life, Team Bullet Club.
One. Yeah, we're all on the Bullet Club train. And ELP, a tremendous, not even a year yet, run in New Japan Pro Wrestling. The freaking winner of the Super J Cup. He has beaten Will Ospreay on multiple occasions. He's still the British Cruiserweight Heavyweight Champion for Rev Pro. And the dude has so much charisma to him. I mean, he's brilliant. Headbang Club, I'm definitely on board. I need to get a pair of those glasses, personally, in my opinion. But I digress. All right. So, sorry, Rocky and Robbie. I just don't think you guys are going to do it. Now, this is going to be interesting because I sense at least one story developing out of this, and who knows, based on who's in this might literally become 3 matches for Wrestle Kingdom, and I would love to see that happen. Team LIJ, Los Ingobernables de Japón, represented by Rampage Dragon, Shingo Takagi, Cold Skull, Sonata, and Chris Mason's favorite, Evil, versus my faction, Katsuninare Suzuki-gun, led by the King, Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., the current British Heavyweight Champion, and Lance Archer, the newly crowned IWGP United States Champion. In this
round, everybody motherfucking dies.
Yeah, pretty much. Good grief, that dude triggered. Anyway, based on what I've seen, the biggest thing I can see coming out of this, I would love to see Shingo Takagi versus Minoru Suzuki set up for Wrestle Kingdom. And I feel like that's the biggest story in this match. And again, you have Evil, who's on the outside looking in, and Sonata on the outside looking in, as both of them lost their opportunities to try and get on Wrestle Kingdom in the main event to Kota and Okada back at King of Pro Wrestling. But with that being said, James, your thoughts on this match, and who do you see winning?
I think I mean, it would be I guess it would be the easier team to go with the Lost Boys, which is what I call them because I can never pronounce their fucking real name. So I call them the Lost Boys. But I'm just gonna go with Suzuki-gun to be different because Suzuki-gun needs a fucking win. I mean, come on. I'm tired of seeing these guys lose. I feel like they're like everybody says they're the best faction in New Japan because they're obvious. Like all of them are entertaining. Not to say Bullet Club isn't. Not to say Chaos isn't, and not to say the Lost Boys aren't. Come on, man. We need some wins for Suzuki-gun. Give my boys some wins here.
I respect that strongly. And again, I feel like the biggest thing out of this, we're going to get Minoru Suzuki versus Shingo Takagi if we're not going to get the other match I want based on agreements. And who knows? I mean, you do have 2 pieces of gold in Suzuki-gun, and they need challengers. Although I'm surprised they didn't do any more setup to David Finlay versus Lance Archer after his return. And
I mean, I actually would like to see David Finlay versus Zack Sabre Jr. I'm just saying.
I feel like, though, there might be more subtleties in setting up Zack Sabre Jr. versus Sonata, because those two had one hell of a technical bout back at the G1. And
True.
Sonata won.
True, very, very good match. But I feel like at some point, I'm not saying it has to be right away, but you want to do a David Finlay versus Zack Sabre Jr. match for the Rev Pro British heavyweight belt.
Yeah. But again, we still need to figure out what these title matches are going to be. There's no doubt in my mind all 8 sets of titles in New Japan Pro Wrestling are going to be defended at Wrestle Kingdom because you gave Wrestle Kingdom 2 nights. That's still unprecedented and ridiculous. And the whole idea of someone coming out as double champ is also ridiculous in itself. But I love
Wait, does that mean we're going to have 2 Wrestle Kingdom shows and then New Year's Dash right after?
That is correct.
So it's 3 nights. Oh, fuck.
Get ready, James. And that's going to be the start of TeamIndyDQ next year. And I'll promote that league as we get closer to January. But with that being said, you said Suzuki-gun. I said Suzuki-gun. Let's see what everyone else says. Cindy J said Suzuki-gun. Chris Cass said Suzuki-gun. Chris Willis said Suzuki-gun. Chris May said Gumya all went out. He said LIJ only because of one person.
Oh, there we go. I could just call them LIJ. I forgot.
I can tell you that, yeah. Because, of course, Chris May's favorite wrestler is Evil. So, will everything be evil in Osaka? We'll find out. Literally hours away, by the way, people. All right. Our next match is a 2-on-2 bout. Team Chaos versus Team New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's as simple as that. Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada and the current IWGP Heavyweight Champion and his partner, the Headhunter, Yoshihashi, both representing Chaos, versus Golden Star Kota Ibushi, the holder of the G1 Right to Challenge certificate, defending it successfully, I might add, against Eva, one hell of a match. And his partner...
Great match.
Yes, and his partner, who I feel like is passing the torch with him as far as the Fusion New Japan goes, the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi. And we don't know what's next for the ace either, based on, circumstances. But with that being said, I look at the call-out that Yoshihashi and Okada had at the last night of the tour, and Kota and Tanahashi, they're just walking it off. I mean, this is literally just going to be about who's going to go in with some momentum towards Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, Yoshihashi's the odd one out here. You would think he's going to be the fall guy. Then again, I don't know what's next for Tanahashi. And Tanahashi and Okada have been bitter rivals and still probably are to this day to an extent. But with that being said, it's like Okada, you feel like he's going to win everything. Maybe the singles, but this is a tag match. And that's why I'm actually going with Kota and Tanahashi for the win here. I think they're going to pick up the win. You agree?
Yeah, Kota and Tanahashi need the win here, I think, more than Okada and freaking Yoshihashi do.
All right, let's see what everyone else said here. Chris Cass, he said Kota Ibushi. Chris May said Kota Ibushi. And it looks like Chris Willis also said Kota and the Ace. 20 years, by the way, the Ace has been doing this. Who knows what the state of his legs are? My word, that's amazing.
I'm worried about more the state of his arm, which is why I was confused on why he won the belt from Zack Sabre there for that short period of time in the first place.
Fair point. I mean, the guy's had multiple surgeries throughout his whole body, and I still think Kota Ibushi has an artificial neck, or is going to.
Yeah, which by the way, and I've said this 100 times. I know how Japan does things, but they really need to stop doing the neck spots because, like, especially for Naito.
God.
I'm serious, like, because I don't want these guys paralyzed. You could convey your point without having to put your neck at risk.
Very true, very true, very good point. Speaking of which, boy, don't you know the card? Segway. And this is probably going to be my match of the night because I love when these two are in the ring together. And of course, all hail the Holy Emperor. It is Tranquilo. Tetsuya Naito versus Taiji. Again, these guys have faced
I
each
can't
other
wait for this.
seven times now in single bouts. New Japan Pro Wrestling recently on their YouTube channel put up a one-on-one match from last year's G1, I believe. It wasn't 2017. It was one of those back. Where literally one of the spots was Naito took his microphone and bashed it in his head, sending it flying. Good freaking Lord Almighty. And I'm pretty sure that mic's going to get broken some way, somehow here. And Miho Abe, I'm sure she's going to be at ringside along her Holy Emperor. These guys are 4-3 in Taiji's favor. And it's literally like an opposite. I mean, Tetsuya Naito, he could not be any more at the bottom if you try to think about it. The last time he was this low, he went to Mexico, redefined himself, and thus we have Los Ignobles de Japón. Taiji, he's always been like the black sheep, per se, but I always feel like he has so much potential in his arsenal and his character. But it's like he has to rely on these antics, although he's only used that iron glove once. But he loves using that microphone, and his style is kicks. And at this point, it's like Taiji is in Naito's head. And it almost feels like right now they want to set this up as a number one contenders match for the IWGP Intercontinental title, which of course Naito lost to Jay White, which we'll talk about later. But that being said, I gotta think about this. What could come from this match, and could the winner of this match be represented at Wrestle Kingdom? The whole two-belt Destino was started by Tetsuya Naito. And I can't imagine Tetsuya Naito not being on Wrestle Kingdom in some sort of title capacity. It just would not feel right. But Taiji, he's one of those that has so much potential and has yet to grasp it. I don't know, though, if he truly is ready to grasp it or if he's going to. He keeps jockeying and jockeying and jockeying. That's the thing about Suzuki-gun. And I really want to go with Taiji because Suzuki-gun is my faction. I would love to see a Wrestle Kingdom type entrance from him. And I would love to see him in an Intercontinental title match. He was never Openweight champion formerly. But with that being said, the whole reason we got the double belt Destino is because of Naito. One way or another, he's going to try and fulfill that. And he's going to Wrestle Kingdom, even if it's not off this match. But regardless, this match, and as far as building and storytelling goes, I am going with Naito for the win.
Yeah, I gotta go with Naito. I want Taiji, but it's like Naito needs it more. The thing is like at some point, and I think I'm making a bold prediction on my own for Wrestle Kingdom. I think he's gonna win this match, go on to win against Jay White, and then go on to win against Kota Ibushi. I don't see this happening any other way. You need to pull the trigger on Naito now. You need to, because he's been in limbo for so long. I thought he should have won at Wrestle Kingdom 12.
Me too.
So you need to pull the trigger now. Like, you built him up to this point. If you don't, I think it's a WWE move. If you don't put the belt on him now, seriously, he as you said, he started the whole two belt deal. He needs to be the guy who wins both the Intercontinental and the World title. He needs
or at least be involved in that picture somehow, or at least with some sort of title around his waist. Even if it's not Wrestle Kingdom for both belts, at least he has something to go for. But basically, Taiji begins to promise simply to defeat Naito, promising blood and another DQ. Shout out to NJPW 1972 for some of these highlights and details. And a wild brawl, and this was following Halloween night. And pretty much, Naito will fight tooth and nail for this Destino, while Taiji's trying to steal it. I can't imagine what would happen if Naito loses this, because this is it. It's do or die. Period.
Yeah.
That being said, let's see what everyone else said. Well, who am I kidding? As much as some people, I'm sure, are like me and want to see Taiji reach that next level, it's not going to happen through Naito at this time based on his Destino. Everybody picked Tetsuya Naito for the win. But that's why I came up with this as a bonus point, because I want a decisive winner in this predictions game at the end of this night. New Japan Pro Wrestling is all about giving you the time for quality matches. And this is no doubt going to be at least a 4-star classic because these two together bring out the best in each other. There's certain combinations of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've said it before, when you have them in the ring against each other, it's pure magic. And this is one of them. That's why they've gone up to 7 times against each other.
Yeah.
So with that being said, James, the tiebreaker is this. How long do you see the match? And I'm going to give conscious first to time limits that are not over the official one. How long do you see this match going to the nearest seconds? 60-minute time limit.
They have a 60-minute time limit?
That is correct.
$24.37.
All right. You don't even see it going halfway, huh?
Yeah, I'm going 24.37. I think that's the perfect time limit.
All right.
I'm thinking about like a booking perspective as opposed to like how long I think it will. Because I think if it were me, or is this the main event?
This isn't the main event. This is just midway through the card.
All right, so there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna say 24.37 then.
All right, and
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's what I think.
I have a feeling that Marty Asami is going to be the referee. I don't think it's going to be Red Shoes, but we'll see. I mean, one ref is like, you guys do whatever the hell you want. The other ref, I'm kind of skeptical about him. Anyway.
What did everybody else pick?
Let's see. We got various times here. None of them are the same. I personally went with 27:35. That's just me. Because I feel like this match is going to really go the distance, but I don't see this going longer than 30 minutes either. I honestly can't recall what their longest bout is. I need to go back through the history and see. But I say 27:35. Cindy G went extremely short, and I think she's just playing it safe. She went with 13 minutes, 45 seconds. Chris Cass went with 26 minutes, 45 seconds. Chris Mace, 22 minutes and 17 seconds. And Good Brother Chris, 18 minutes, 45 seconds. We're all over the place. And that's why I made this. So one way or another, this could be the decider, but this is going to be definitely one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most. Period. All right. So now we're getting into the meat of the card. Let's go ahead and move into our 6th match. And now I can talk about the Super Junior Tag League. As you all know, I follow the tour in my downtime. It's hard to stay up every day, and of course I got work and all that type of stuff. But I followed this league. It literally came down to what they said, 6 teams. Because unfortunately, one team, they fell completely flat. Ouch.
Yeah.
The following team from that is the Young Lions team, you could per se, with Clark Connors and TJP, but they did pull out a victory against Tiger and Umera. So that was pretty much who was going to get a victory out of this. And then following this, everybody had incredible performances. The Mega Coaches, for the first bout out, they freaking went 8 points. The Birds of Prey, who had a rough start, they went on a streak of 4, 8 points. Teton and Valador Jr. played spoilers to the Mega Coaches, though, claiming 8 points and beating them on the final night. And then you have the champions who were going into this, I think, as the favorites to win, at least by Gino Gambino. They ended with 10 points, and I'll get into that in a moment. And then you had the returning of Desperado from injury and Heel Master Yoshinobu Kamaru, 2 of the longest reigning IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. And my boys represent Suzuki-gun with an amazing run, also with 10 points. It literally came down to tiebreaker, as the final match on the final night was Roppongi 3K, 2-time winners, I might add, of this thing, Sho and Yo versus the champions, because I'm saying too many words. And they won. Sho and Yo beat the champions. It's because of that and the fact that El Desperado and Yoshi Kamaru, they also, they also defeated the champions at their own games about who could out-heal the other. It's that reason alone why we're having it one-on-one. It's official. The finale of this is Roppongi 3K, Sho and Yo versus El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kamaru. But here's the caveat. Sho and Yo, they are not 100%, as afterwards it was found out if Suzuki-gun, they went on the attack and literally brutalized Sho, who is not going to be going into this 100%. The direct record is this. Roppongi 3K and Suzuki-gun. This match setup. It is 4-2 in favor of Suzuki-gun, 2-1 in 3-way matches. And they did put up the freeway from the last league of this on New Japan Pro Wrestling's website on a Monday night. It was awesome. So the question is Sho and Yo, can they pull up the miracle? Can they go 3 times in a row? Or is Suzuki-gun going to pick up their first win of this league? And who will ride momentum going after maybe the champions at Wrestle Kingdom? So with that being said, I also propose this. Not only are we going to pick the winners of this match, we're going to pick who eats the fall and who gets the win. Because this right here has Wrestle Kingdom implications and could go any way. Because even though Sho and Yo are not 100%, you know they're going to do everything they can to win this.
Yeah.
James, your thoughts on this match, who's winning, who's getting pinned?
This is where I'm going to go with Suzuki-gun. I think Suzuki-gun's winning here, and I think they're going to pin Sho. I think they're going to pin the injured Sho.
Who do you think's going to pin Sho?
I can't pronounce their name.
Calamaro or Desperado?
There you go. Fucking Desperado.
All right. And what do you see happening after this match for either team?
I think it's gonna go into Wrestle Kingdom. I think they're gonna have another match where it's signed because it was an unfair advantage. So I think we're gonna see this match again at Wrestle Kingdom. Right. I don't know if it's gonna be at night 1 or night 2, but I think at some point they are going to fight again.
Well, considering that Suzuki-gun went into Wrestle Kingdom this year as champs in a three-way against, I believe it was God and Roppongi 3K, if I remember correctly. So it could happen. I mean, anything's possible. But this match was hard for me to think about as well. Because, again, I am Suzuki-gun. And after I saw the heel-on-heel match between Suzuki-gun and Bullet Club, where everyone got nut-shotted at one point, that was ridiculous. Go watch that match if you can. Oh, man. And I could see them literally fighting Bullet Club for the titles. Fuck it. I'm going bold. I'm going to go with you. I'm going to say Suzuki-gun wins as well. And I am going to say that, and by the way, Elvis Ferrell's coming back from injury, folks. He was out for a long time.
Yeah, true.
I am going to say that the heel master picks up the win over not Sho, because I think Yo's going to try and protect him. I'm going to say the heel master actually pins Yo.
Okay.
So we're both going with Suzuki-gun, and we will see what happens. Bottom line, this is it. This is for all the marbles. And obviously the winners are going to face, I think, the champions at Wrestle Kingdom. Now, the real question I have is there any way Bullet Club could get involved in this? I don't think so because they are in a match earlier that night. But I could see them coming out and literally go into their opposition because, again, both these teams beat them. So obviously they're going to have a gripe. So there you go. I'm going with Kanemaru pins Yo, and I'm going with Suzuki-gun for the win. Let's go ahead and see what everyone else says. Roppongi 3K. And
wait, say that again because it glitched out on my end.
Oh, sorry. I said, Cindy G said, she said Roppongi 3K, and Sho is going to win. Sho is going to pin El Desperado. I could submit, but I think the shock arrow is like the most effective weapon Sho has. Chris Cass, he said, blah, 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 blah. He said that Sho is going to pin El Desperado. He also went with Roppongi 3K. Go figure. Chris Mace also went with Roppongi 3K. He said Sho is going to pin Kalmaru. And Chris Willis, he said, and I quote, Roppongi 3K sucks. Don't at me. Roppongi 3K has the worst theme music in New Japan Pro Wrestling history. And don't at me. If Roppongi 3K wins this tournament again for the third year in a row, this tournament is officially rigged again. Again. Don't at me. El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. I don't think you can get more bold than that. And he also said that some people think when Cindy sings the Roppongi 3K theme, it makes people go, oh, jeez.
Does she? Well, did he pick who takes the fall?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, huh? I looked that up. Sorry. Again, I did this as a last-minute thing because I wanted to make sure there was a decisive winner one way or another. Also a good song. He said, El Desperado, pins Yo. So we'll see what happens. Now, who would say that Cindy G, when she sings the Roppongi 3K theme, is a worst thing? Come on now.
I've heard so much worse. And by the way, I don't think it's even that bad. So, I mean.
Yeah, come on. Roppongi 3K. I wonder if Rocky's going to come out with the weird fire extinguisher thing. But anyway, last song I sing was with
that would be great.
Jeff Jarrett, but I digress. Anyway, let's go ahead and move into our next match before I lose my train of thought now, thinking about karaoke. I remember one time someone's like, no, I dare you to sing with my baby tonight. Yeah, that'll be the day. Anyway. All right, moving on. Okay. These two just want to kill each other, and the fact that you call the Stone Pit Bull cute and friendly. Kenta, you are setting yourself up for a night of hurt worse than you're already going to get. Never openweight title match between the Stone Pit Bull representing Chaos, Tomohiro Ishii versus Bullet Club's champion, Kenta. Enough said, they're 1-0, thanks to God helping Kenta win the title back at Royal Quest. And since then, these two have been at each other's throats in the ring and backstage. And now we got the trend of Toma, which is basically a nice, friendly, comedic figure. He's basically calling Tomohiro Ishii a joke. And you know that Tomohiro Ishii could care fucking less about Twitter machines, social media, antics, and all that type of bullshit. But with that being said, Tomohiro Ishii went into Wrestle Kingdom this year as the British heavyweight champion and lost it. But he's also won this title and lost it. Do I see Kenta going into Wrestle Kingdom as the number one champion? If so, who could I see challenging? Kenta already coming off a successful title defense against the headhunter Yoshihashi during the Fighting Spirit Unleashed tour as well. And Tomohiro Ishii, he's one of those who I believe, again, his head's made out of concrete, but has, again, one of my favorite people to watch wrestle because he wants just people to hit him freaking harder. With that being said, though, I just don't see anything else for Kenta right now if he loses this title, and I don't see this rematch happening again. This is it.
Yeah.
Period. I'm going to go with Kenta retaining.
James, Kenta retains. I mean, this is obvious. This is the obvious result. I'm just looking forward to them fucking brawling.
Enough said,
I'm looking forward to this a lot.
Yeah, all right. Let's see what everyone else says here. Cindy G, C said Kenta. Chris Mace, he said Kenta. Chris Cass, he said, let's see here. I got to find it. Oh, interesting. He said Tomohiro Ishii.
There you go.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, what if things have happened? Again, he's held that title too, and I'm sure he's tired of being called out to be a joke. Oh, probably wants to change. God, Ishii. Damn it. Anyway, blah. And good brother Chris, before I have a conniption, Kenta, enough said. All right, so it looks like Chris Caspi. No, fuck it. He friggin' lost the title thanks to God interference. And I don't know if Ishii and friggin' headhunter Yoshihashi are going to be. Oh, wait, the world title is coming up. Actually, that could be a thing. Never mind. I'm going to say that Kenta retains too. Because I was about to say, I feel like he deserves this title and is going to respect it. And that's another thing. This is also about respect. Kenta disrespecting, of course, the Stone People Ishii. But I feel like right now, Ishii and Yoshihashi, they're going to go into the World Tag League and go after God. I really think that's going to happen. And I have no idea what teams are going to be in it and what they're going to be. All right. So moving on from there. Okay, here we go. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. The current champ, the Assassin, Will Ospreay versus LIJ's Bushi. Bushi, of course, coming out from a backstage interview at one point saying, I'm next to challenge you for that. You want to challenge me? Okay. But let's win the Super Junior title league first. And then we come to the finale night where it's Birds of Prey versus freaking Suzuki-gun. And Bushi comes out and sprays that black mist, whatever the hell you call it, into Ospreay's eyes, which, of course, takes him out of the match. Robert Eagles in a 201 assault, and then Heel Master with the whiskey special, whatever they call that, Sasuke special, I think, in Robbie's eyes for the win. Now we got the one-on-one match, and it's in favor of Will Ospreay. They're 2-1 in singles bouts. And though it was lately made, Will Ospreay has been defending this title successfully ever since winning it over, who did he win it over? Dragon Lee, excuse me. Yeah, Dragon Lee.
Yeah,
and he's
Dragon
been on
Lee.
tear. He's been on tear. But, of course, Bushi's no stranger to this as well. He's been in the reigns with the likes of Kushida, and he freaking, ended his reign. So, with that being said, do I see a title change here? No, I do not. I see Will Ospreay retaining. What about you?
Yeah, Ospreay retains. He's going in there champion this time.
All right. Let's go ahead and see what everyone else said here. Cindy G said Will Ospreay. Chris Mace said Will Ospreay. Chris Cass, he's an LIJ mark, so just heads up. Nope, he said Ospreay. I know people call him that. I just like messing with him. And let's see what good brother Chris says. I have a pretty good idea what he said. Oh, Bushi. You have no chance. Will Ospreay. Nobody believes in Bushi, who is all about the traditional people of New Japan Pro Wrestling, doesn't care much about all these other people coming in, etc., etc. And I think that plays to his disadvantage as well. But who knows? He also has some painful memories too, so that might play in his favor. But I still think Will Ospreay is retaining, even if he tried to put up the Miz. And I think Robbie Eagles will play as a defector here to Bushi's tactics. We all say that Ospreay's going to retain. I think it's going to be unanimous here, but I'm still going to say it anyway. Main event. 3 with the Switchblade. IWGP Intercontinental Championship match. The Warrior representing Chaos and representing, of course, his dojo. Hiroki Goto, one of my favorite fiends, by the way. Versus, of course,
Goto.
Yeah. Versus, of course, and shout out to Free with the Switchblade. Follow her podcast, Courtney. Hope you're doing well. Jay White, the current IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Everything Jay White says seems to become true. It's as simple as that. He said he was going to make Naito's Destino his, and he took the belt off Naito. And now he's defending it against Goto, even though it's like, you're not getting this. You're not going to get this. I'm going to keep this to Wrestle Kingdom. But again, Goto has a legitimate claim because he beat Jay White back during the G1. The question is, it's the main event. Do we see Goto, the G standing for Gold, do we see him getting this title? I'm just going to plainly say no. I feel it's going to be a very competitive bout, but you got too many variables here. And even though the records are 1-1, this match could go either way. It's the main event, and they've jockeyed victories against each other's factions during this entire tour, including Goto just pitting freaking Tokyo Pimp, Yojiro, and then getting destroyed afterwards because they wouldn't play Jay White's music because that's honorary. The winning team gets their music played, not the losing team, but he beats the daylights out of Ishii and Goto with chairs. I have to say that Jay White, one way or another, is going to retain. And it's probably going to involve some brass knuckles, too, because Gato is always loaded with them. James, your thoughts on this match. Who's winning?
I can't wait to see this match go freaking balls to the wall. Jay White's been on a tear lately as the Intercontinental Champion, and Goto's always a great worker. But yeah, I gotta go with Jay White. Jay White's going into at least one of the nights of Wrestle Kingdom as Intercontinental Champion, so.
And it makes you wonder what other title he might challenge for, or if somehow he makes his way into night 2, challenging the winner of Okada versus Bushi. And will we get our double champion title for title? Because again, Kota's goal was he wants to not only hold the IWGP Heavyweight title, he wants to hold the Intercontinental title to prove he is above Okada. Not necessarily above the top title, but that I'm just better than you. How you prove you're better than him? You hold both the top 2 belts in New Japan.
Yeah.
Imagine that actually happening. The potential of a double champion by the end of Wrestle Kingdom, since it's a 2-night event, is hugely possible. And it could work. It really could. But with that being said, let's see what everyone else said here. Cindy G, obviously. She went with Jay White. She was wearing the damn shirt and literally got the hair done like him, okay? Anyway, Chris Mays also said Jay White. Chris Cass, he also said Jay White. And, of course, good brother Chris bringing the humor and also the realism. Jay White, breathe with the Switchblade. That was for Courtney. Nah, we all like Courtney. Go follow her on Twitter, folks.
Go follow Courtney.
But with that being said, that concludes Power Struggle, as this is the last tour before our final real tour left, which is the World Tag League, and then we got the Road to Tokyo Dome, and of course before that we got a New Japan showdown here in America. Lucky California, but I digress. And with that being said, we're just heading towards Wrestle Kingdom, and we'll see what happens. But we are done here, so James, good luck to you, good luck to me. Let's try and keep our titles. Quite clean tactics. I mean, we might be too sweet, but hey, we're not dirty. Allegedly. Anyway, anything you want to plug?
Yeah, we're not dirty unless we look at pictures of Katie Forbes. What? I'm not saying anything. You guys can follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/user/JHebertSide95. That's JHEBERTSIDE95. That's my main channel, where I rarely post, but you can subscribe anyway, and maybe turn on the post notification bell. I might upload. I probably will. And there's also another channel I help edit, which is going to be the Wrestling Fortune 44, because the Wrestling Rundown's on there. We are on it. Check it out. YouTube.com/user/wrestling FORTUNE44. That's where the Wrestling Rundown is. Episode 176 and 177 are up right now. Again, fuck WNG, but I digress. Definitely check that out and give it a watch. There's also a wrestling company I actually edit for. Summer of 2020, they will be making their debut in California, June 14th. They already got one match with Stan Styles fighting Santana Jackson. Definitely go check that out. It's called Royalty Wrestling Alliance. You can find them on Facebook. Search Royalty Wrestling Alliance. And you guys could also check out my CAW Wrestling League, which is youtube.com/user/WYW Pride. Immortals up there right now. Give it a watch and let me know what you think. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate your wrestling passion, your creativity, and, of course, your personality. With that being said, folks, he's James Hubert. But if you want to know more about me, know this. I'll let you be anonymous, but hey, I'll say it anyway. I'm just a simple man because it has defined me because I am it and a lifelong fan of wrestling. So if you want to follow me and talk anything wrestling, pro wrestling, you know, New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, various independent promotions, support independent wrestling, folks, and even the great wrestling of WWE, NXT, 205 Live, NXT UK, but I digress, and some subtle criticisms of other stuff. Look me up on Twitter, NoDQ.com/noah, my Twitter page, or follow my simple YouTube channel here at youtube.com/user/NoahFoss210. You'll find all sorts of videos that are reviews, recaps, predictions, summaries, streams, rants, on all things wrestling here, and nice, neat, organized playlist for you, new content every week. At the heart of my channel is my series, hashtag 205 Live Matters, where I discuss cruiserweight wrestling, then, now, and forever, and review the 205 Live brand. Coming up on this channel soon is AEW Full Gear predictions, including me and him and the rest of Team IndyDQ. We are representatives of Team IndyDQ. We'll be predicting and discussing AEW Full Gear. There's also going to be Ring of Honor Final Battle on this channel at some point, as well as other stuff in collaboration with NoDQ. Speaking of which, support NoDQ. They're the reason I'm in YouTube forever and ever. Family. Support them, buy something, donate.com/merch, something for everybody. Follow all your social media platforms. Your opinions matter. Comment section, everything. Polls, columns, mean, gifts, reviews, sex, female pics. You name it, it's there. It's wrestling, primarily WWE with some independent wrestling content. I'll be checking out my independent promotion, Extreme Chaos Wrestling in December. They'll be going worldwide on Facebook Live. I suggest you check them out. Check out their channel here on YouTube, Chaos Wrestling as well. Great content. And as always, I'd like to close. Support your wrestling house, big and small. Let's keep growing this unique, elite, too sweet wrestling community together. Simple as that. With that being said, thank you to those who tuned in. Like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Let us know your predictions in the comments down below. What are you excited for in New Japan Pro Wrestling? What do you hope happens at Wrestle Kingdom? And what do you honestly want to see that we haven't seen yet? But until the next video, whether here on my channel, Kids' channel, The Rundown, YouTube, or somewhere else, because I really have somewhere else to be, take care. Have a good night. Enjoy wrestling. That's all I gotta say. And James, you enjoy yours. And good luck to everybody in Team IndyDQ.
Yes.
Too sweet. Bye, everybody.
Too sweet.
Simple as that.